Yes, all right, guys. I want to speak about Cynthia Morgan, Jude Okoye, and a lot of things happening right now because it has been the subject of discussion on social media. I am FreeWestD. Consider subscribing by hitting the subscribe button below and the bell notification icon if you are yet to subscribe to this YouTube channel. But if already subscribed, thank you for subscribing to my amazing and exciting YouTube channel, and make sure you share my videos across all social media platforms. Alright, I want to talk about this thing that is trending on social media. Cynthia Morgan came out and said that Jude Okoye did a lot of things to her, like, taking her names, her, stage name, her Instagram account, her Vevo YouTube account, and the rest. And Jude Okoye, a lot of people didn't hear from Jude Okoye, decided to take side with Cynthia Morgan, like, Tacha, like Dotun, and the rest. A lot of people said a lot of things, bad things about Jude Okoye. Until Tunde Ednut interviewed Jude Okoye and he spoke a lot of things about the whole issue. Because right from time, I understand that Jude Okoye is one guy that hardly speaks on social media, especially on media issues, all those kind of things. He's a kind of a reserved guy. But when he spoke, a lot of people got to understand now, how can you invest about 50 million naira on an artist and you want the artist to fail? Does it mean that you want your money to get lost like that? That is another issue that I got to understand from that. According to him, he said he shot a lot of videos, about 14 videos at the rate of 2.5 million naira for Cynthia Morgan, which she didn't pay back. And then Cynthia Morgan came out to say a lot of things, and he spoke about giving Cynthia Morgan a Range Rover car, and then paying her house rent and giving her some money to buy land in Benin City for her mother. Just listen to Jude.
Telling people what I supposedly did to you. Did you tell them I gave you a Range Rover? Did you tell them I paid your house rent? That white Range Rover. Spend time with me. That white Range Rover. Now you give them. Yes, now. The white one, though. To the Jimmy get accident to that Range Rover. Did you tell people, these same people, that I gave you money to buy land for your mama for Benin? Me. As in, I don't understand. You tell people how many shows where you don't play for back without my knowledge. Where's Joy Tongo report about? That's why you wanted her to be out of the picture. See, I sit back like I'll be like, how can somebody believe that I will spend 40 million plus on an artist only for me to see that artist fail? Where then goes my money?
Alright, guys, you will get to understand that it's not too cool to actually listen to one side of the story and just jump into conclusion. That is one thing that is happening on social media, and a lot of people are now getting to realize that Jude Okoye is not bad as we all, as they've been writing about Jude Okoye, because it made something that touched my heart. I almost shed tears, like when he googled his name, Jude Okoye, the things they write about him. Imagine if his children get to see those things later and he does not get to reply or answer such such things. And I get to it's touchy at this particular time, and I got to realize that Cynthia Morgan actually hid some facts from the public, and she needs to actually go and address those things, or else she's not going to succeed. Because how can you make such name, make a hell of money, and then you are nowhere to be written in the music scene again after taking some Headies award in 2015 and now nothing else? So that is something I'm just getting to understand about this whole issue. And I still want to talk about Mr. P actually coming out to say, man, I support Cynthia Morgan against my own brother. Mr. P is actually the problem with P Square at this particular time. I've heard it before that Paul actually decided that, okay, we cannot let our brother who invested in us, who believed in us, to go just like that. Okay, give me concrete reason to allow him to go. And Mr. P could not actually, come up with any concrete reason. Rather, he was saying that Beyonce and Usher did it, and he's going to do it. That is not it at all. And right now, Mr. P has gone solo, and Paul and Jude, they are working together, and Paul appears to be successful more than Mr. P in terms of music, entertainment, and those things. And that is why a lot of people need to actually understand that there are some people that understand music business, like Jude Okoye understand about music business. I remember how he was able to, secure a kind of collabo with them, with Akon and the rest, and those things. And Mehdi came out from nowhere just to, start talking about, you didn't sign contract with anybody because you are now unsuccessful. You became a taxi driver in Sweden right now, and then you are just making some kind of hell of noise. We remember Mehdi was actually featured in a collabo with South African duo. Mehdi could not actually sing properly. I remember the same people featured Davido, OBO, and OBO finished the track, the particular track. And then you are now coming to say a lot of things about this guy. Don't blame others for your downfall. See why you didn't succeed. That is one thing I just believe about the whole thing. And I think a lot of things has got down. And then I thank Jude Okoye for coming out to actually speak at this particular time. And a lot of people wouldn't have understand what had actually got down between them. And that is one thing that I just thank God. And Jude Okoye has spoken well for himself. And I think in long run, we will get to actually reveal the whole truth to the whole world. Because somebody cannot be that wicked, investing about 50 million naira on an artist and want the artist to fail. That is something that is, that is not, adding up. And Nitosi and MI actually spoke about this, about entertainment industry. Even OBO has foresaw it for long that hate is all about the industry, because a lot of people hate him because his father is rich, and they believe that okay, he's buying everything, that is succeeding because of his father's wealth. There's kind of limit that wealth will take you to, and OBO has stayed on top for 9 years. And that is one thing we need to actually understand, because if it were to be just all about money, you have to understand that money cannot keep you on top for 9 years, and then 9 years you are still making music and everybody is getting to love it. But I kind of understand something between Davido and Wizkid. Davido actually is a businessman. He knows how to promote his business, his music and those things. But Wizkid will just do music out there and just put it out there. Wizkid is talented to an extent. But in recent time, OBO actually tweeted and said, Wizkid, me and Wizkid, we are the two greatest of all times in Africa, and which angered Burna Boy. And right now, what I see with that is that a collabo is knocking at the door of Wizkid and Davido. That is one thing I just believe about that. But I'll be the first person to download a collabo song between Davido and Wizkid, because they actually came on stage in 2017 to actually squash the beef between two of them, and right now they are still doing it again, and I still respect them for that. But Burna Boy should pipe low, should understand, should pack well. That is, in this particular issue, should pack well, because a lot of things you have to give the world statistics for you to say you are the giant of Africa. Talk of streaming, you not be number one. Talk of anything, you not be number one, because you were nominated for a Grammy Award and you started making a whole lot of noise. How many albums, how many years have you been on top? That is something you need to actually understand. I understand that you have couples of tracks that have been making names out there, but how many albums, so for how many years you don't stay there? That is something you need to understand. Burna Boy is one guy that has that kind of heavy spirit. I watched a video, the Damiduro video by Davido, where Burna Boy was a video vicined to Davido, and Burna Boy actually in the past said that Davido, I thank Davido for supporting a lot of people in the music industry. Right now he's coming out to claim that he is the giant of Africa. Burna Boy, you not be giant of Africa for anywhere. I see Wizkid and Davido as the giant of Africa just pipe low at this particular time, man. I want you guys to actually understand that, you know, sometimes when it comes to this matter like this, I actually speak straight from the heart, and then nobody should take it personal. If you have any personal thing, just drop it in the comment section below, so that we can talk about it further and then get to understand it, because there is a fall before a pride. That is what is happening to Burna Boy right now. He was arrested with his father for making noise, disturbing the neighborhood, and those kind of things should not be coming from somebody who claims to be the giant of Africa. That is what I believe about the whole thing. I want you guys to actually subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting the subscribe button below and the bell notification icon, and share my videos across all social media platforms.